David, let me ask you about why you're here. Goldman Sachs' interest in women's sports, in the LPGA in particular.
Well, we've had a relationship with Nelly Korda for a number of years, and I just must say, besides being an extraordinary golfer, she's an extraordinary human being.
She won this tournament last year.
She won the tournament last year, and she was honored last night at a dinner, as they do every year. And so we were both there for that. But there's an event this morning. I think women's sports is fascinating. Look, I come to it first from a personal perspective that I have two daughters, and I watch them and the impact sports had on them and their personal development and their growth. But I also look at some of the superstars we have developing in women's sports, Nelly being one, Caitlin Clark being another. There's a lot of opportunity for growth and interesting economics in women's sports.
That's what I want to get to, the business proposition for this.
Well, the business proposition is very, very strong, and it's moving. If you look at the WNBA media rights deal, if you look at
what was that, $100 million over the course of 6 years, I think, that was for Unrivaled.
Yeah,
that was for Unrivaled, $2.2 billion.
$2.2 billion. If you look at the salary cap structure of the WNBA, it's going to get a big move with this media rights deal. Now, obviously, these brands, these franchises, they're not 50, 100 years old, and they're still developing, but they're attracting more attention. I think the direction of travel is certainly pretty obvious with respect to that. And you're seeing more and more investors taking a look and saying, hey, look at the relative value equation here. Look at the direction of travel. Look at the way the expansion of media rights can impact this. There's a good opportunity here around a variety of sports to get involved. And so we've got a number of clients that are looking at women's sports in a completely different way than they did just 2-3 years ago.